down otherwise, will I?
Well, 299 show. Rain now.
Spring and such back here.
Probably got back tomorrow to London, there was everybody.
Yeah. That's Kenny Rat, one of the old boys. He had loads of hair when on your face.
It's a big dude, yeah.
That
old bugger there is Harry, but he ain't got his piano with him.
Harry, everybody steals the gas.
That's Pete Simmons.
He came back from Ireland, took his fucking medal off. Yeah, lost it.
Where they should be.
We'll get you all in on this one.
Let's get the guns. Yes, this one.
Provost of Falkirk, Major General Cowhan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. When the tragic event we are remembering today occurred, I was only 10 years old. Although I couldn't recall all the details, I do remember the press coverage and the general sense of shock and loss which was felt in this area and much more so in Falkirk. Although today's order of service advises that I will be giving the opening address, it is right that that particular honour should go to the Chairman of Newark and Sherwood District Council. Therefore, I have pleasure in inviting Councillor Frank Jackson to address this gathering.
Thank you, my Lord Mayor. Distinguished guests, we gather here today in the memory of the tragic accident of 25 years ago, which robbed 10 young men of their future and many of you of your loved ones. Standing here close to the river today and looking across the waters, it is hard to imagine the terror and anguish we must have been felt by those who suddenly found themselves at the mercy of the River Trent. It's even harder to imagine it must have been, like in the darkness of the night with the ever-present roaring waters. My wife and I can remember quite clearly of the tragic accident. This was compounded when the age of our children were about the same age of the lads that was lost. With their ages banded and those who died as parents, you expect to leave your children behind to produce a future generation. And I cannot begin to imagine the despair and desolation which the parents of these men must have felt being robbed of their children. As often to be found, the lives of those who came to the scene of the rescue services, the British Waterways employees, the RAF Richmond, but to name but a few. We have called on the reserve strength and stamina to undertake their task with a professional detachment whilst in the midst of the tragedy. But they imagine they saw and will remain with them and will have to appear in their memory from time to time without warning. The sheer scale of the impact of this action has also provided effect on many of the local people involved, so much that many of them have been unable to return to the tragedy until today. Of those involved in the rescue, I commend the courage, them and them.
Major General Cowtan, Mayor Cope, Reverend Tucker, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is obviously a very great privilege for myself and my colleagues to travel down here today for this particular remembrance service. And although I come as Provost of Falkirk, the most important people here travelling down from Falkirk and from Scotland are of course the relatives of those that died here on that tragic night. 25 years ago it happened and they all have pain that won't go away. I spoke to many of them last night and saw their faces as we look across the weir today, and you could see the pain in their faces. I would like to associate myself with the comments that have already been made concerning people who were here, tried during the rescue attempts, recovering the bodies of those that were lost. Just to say that we've came down the road to this lovely spot, and in Scotland, like any place else, we recognise that we've had a share of tragedies. This tragedy will be remembered not only in Scotland, but right throughout Great Britain. A very real tragedy. I was in the Territorial Army sharing the same base as these lads in Grangemouth all those years ago. And I well remember the horror that we faced when the stories came through. And looking across at the weir just now, a lovely sunny day, we just can't imagine what like it must have been on a stormy night, pitch dark, and when the tragedy happened. Scots love Robert Burns, and if I could just quote you one or two lines from Burns as I stand here and look at the water. Robert Burns says, "When this dark stream I ferry o'er, a time that surely shall come. In heaven and earth I'll ask no more than just a Highland welcome." We recognise and we believe a Highland welcome went to these lads 25 years ago. When next we meet, I'm sure they will give us a Highland welcome. Thank you very much.
Still be fine.